we have some idea about the semicircle canals, that how they are working. Angular acceleration or rotation of the head or the rotation of the whole body. In this way, these canals are helping us. Okay, so in our dynamic equilibrium. Now coming back to utricle and saccule, you might wonder that we have not talked about utricle and saccule much really, especially what is the difference in utricle and saccule functioning? Why do we have utricle and why do we have saccule? If we have utricle, then why do we have saccule? If we have saccule, then why do we have utricle? If the positions are different, then why are the positions different? What do they do? Any significance or not? Alright? So let us see. When I am moving, look at my movements now, Shabab. Okay? We are talking about utricle and saccule, and you are watching me. Okay? And guess which sense organ is stimulated more likely when I am performing a movement. Okay? I'm here. It is linear acceleration, isn't it? Yes. Okay? This is also linear acceleration in the reverse direction. Okay, I am going forward, I am going backward. This is, I am detecting it. I can sense it, what I am doing really. Okay? Because I am rate of change of velocity is there, and this is linear acceleration. So what do you think about this one? Utricle. Okay? Alright. Now look at me. I am talking to you and I am moving in the class also, and I want to change my position. I say, okay, so now I am coming on this side, okay, right, I am moving on this side. I am moving on this side, okay. Is it linear acceleration or not? It's still linear in the line, isn't it? I am moving in this fashion, I am not moving anterior-posteriorly, but still linear, isn't it? What do you think about that? What do you say? Still you trickle really, still you trickle, alright? Okay. Well, the cells, this is a piece of utricle in which you have macula. Different cells are modued in this position. When I move forward, some of my cells which are anteriorly placed, they will be stimulated, and the cells at the back side will be inhibited. When I'm moving at the back side, these back cells are stimulated and the front cells are inhibited, so my brain will have an idea, oh, it's coming from the back side now, okay, not coming from the front. When I'm moving on this side, the cells on the right side, they are stimulated, and the cells on the left side are inhibited. When I'm moving in this way, then it is left cells which are excited and the right cells which are inhibited. Again, a combination within that, okay. So that contrast is coming. So it means I am moving in different directions, horizontally all over, alright, and this is giving me an idea about orientation of different cells. So cells are oriented in different ways in the macula. Even when I am moving linearly, when I am not turning, for example, I am here, okay, and I am approaching, so it's not, am I making an angle or am I still linear? Linear. Linear. Some of my cells are oriented in this fashion, in this line. So all the lines which are coming from here, different lines, okay? So that's a beautiful orientation of the macula of the utricle like this. But all are happening on which plane? Horizontal plane, okay? Alright. Alright, here, okay? I've come down, okay? Or, I'm standing here and this is a step. I'm moving one step. I'm moving one step. I'm going vertically up and down. What do you think about that? Now my movement is kind of in this plane, isn't it? So what do you think? Saccule, because it is now vertically, now upward and downward movements. I'm going in an elevator. When you are going in the elevator, when you start, okay, at the beginning, when there is acceleration, Okay, do you feel that?
Yes.
And if that elevator is very smooth and perfect, after some time, and you have to go 20 floors or 30 floors really, do you really feel that? You stop feeling that, okay? You are going in Awali, the lifts are very good really over there, elevators, okay? So in the beginning, when you start, for a very brief, that is acceleration. After that, it is maintained at a swift speed, isn't it? You don't feel that. But when it is about to stop again, do you feel that or not? So at beginning, in the end, in between, hardly any. You don't feel it, isn't it? So which of your sense organs is stimulated? It's secule at that time. Alright? Alright. Now, utricle, please, coming back to utricle. Look at me. When I'm doing this, what do you say? Look at my head. Is it tilted or not?
Yes.
Is it a forward tilt or a backward tilt?
Forward.
It's a forward tilt, okay? When I have a forward tilt, now my new position with respect to gravity, who is giving this position to my brain? Give the answer. I'm maintaining this position. I have to come back. Come on. So what do you think? Utricle. And don't confuse this with anterior semicircular canals. Because when I was moving, my semicircular canals are working. But when I stop, now this new position, who is detecting this position? It's utricle, my dear. Okay? So when I am doing the tilting, during that motion I am in dynamic equilibrium, then my semicircular canals are helping. I don't disagree with you. But now when I hold, this is static equilibrium. Who is maintaining this static equilibrium now? Utricle is giving, because the forward tilt, when I'm running or when my body is a little forward and I'm running, okay? This is linear acceleration, isn't it? So who is maintaining it? Utricle is doing it, okay? On the track when I'm running and the track turns really, at that point of turn again, when the turn is coming, then it's a semicircular canal. Again the track is straight, and then again it is the utricle you are doing it. Are you getting the point? Okay, this is about the utricle. Now, look at this. Utricle. Okay? When I was tilting, during that tilt motion, it was okay, but when I stopped and static position is there, now utricle is sensing that and giving the brain new position. Now the head is in this position on the right side. Utricle, because that is about the static equilibrium. Did you get that idea? So don't confuse the static and dynamic equilibria. Okay? There is a difference, alright? So the sideward tilt, when you stop the tilt, this is done by the utricle. But when you are tilting or you are moving, when I am doing this one, so it's the semicircular canal, okay? When I am doing this job, doing the exercise, okay? Stretching myself, so it is semicircular canal. But if I stop this position, now this tilt is identified by utricle, okay? When I am doing it on the back side, now this tilt is identified by the utricle. But when I'm turning, when I'm in motion, it is the semicircular canals which are there, isn't it? Clear? The difference? Okay. Secure. Up and down position. Okay, this is one. In this vertical orientation. But what about when we are lying on the bed? You are lying on the bed, or you are in the swimming pool swimming, still you are not disequilibrated. If you have disequilibrium, you will drown, you will go underwater. But it doesn't happen. You still know about your orientation, what you are doing and moving, okay? Whether you are doing the backstroke or whether you're doing the freestyle or any style of the swimming, okay? In both ways, your position is like that. Either you turn this way or this way, but still you are in this plane, isn't it? Now, look at the position. When you are lying down, what is happening to your secule? Your secule is like this. Here. Secule is here. Okay? Now you are lying down. What is happening to the secule? Becoming what? Horizontal. Now it becomes active and it is taking the job of the utricle, just like that. So in your leaning posture, like that. One in the vertical also, when you are moving up and down, yes. But still, when you are lying down, now it is very sensitive. And if you are moving on the bed, alright, in that point, okay, if you are going in the bed in the linear fashion or on the sideward movement, then it will be the secule which is detecting the movement. This time it's not the utricle. Okay? When you are rolling on the bed, like you're taking on the side, okay, you're rolling yourself, what is happening? Semicircular canals, okay? When you're rolling, semicircular canals are working. But if you are sliding on the bed in this direction, downward direction toward the end of the bed, or you are trying to hit the back side of the bed, then if it's linear movement, it is secure, okay? Or if you are shifting your position in the bed in this way, here or there, then again it is secure. So did you get the positions of the utricle and secure in different planes or in different positions of the body? Is that clear about? Okay. We are takriban done. Okay, I'll just show you. I have left those few connections and I am leaving those slides for you basically because I was interested in these pathways. You do it yourself. That what are the nervous connections of the vestibular apparatus and the vestibular nuclei and the eye. The only thing I would like you to understand is this is again excitation and inhibition when you have special thing. Please, when I'm turning my head, please look at me. When I'm turning my head like this, I'm looking at you and I'm turning my head on this side. When I'm turning my head on this side, my eyes tend to stay here really. They are not following very easily. Initially my eyes are, and then they jump and they go on that side. So initially the eyes are there. This reflex is called the vestibulo-ocular reflex. With the head rotation, the positioning of the eye, okay? And the eye, they change their position. First they have a slow component here and then quickly jump there. Then I'm turning more here, slow component and like this. So it's physiological jumping movements or slight jerky movements. These movements are called nystagmus. What do you call that? Nystagmus. Nystagmus is a physiological phenomenon which is happening for the adjustment of the vision. Okay, that's why if I change this like this, I am changing. So I still can see the whole scene really. I'm moving from you to you to you to you and like this. Okay, it's not blurred really. I'm maintaining it. So my eyes are kind of jumping. It's a very fine jumping. You will not observe. If you closely observe, you will find it really. Okay. So a slow component and quickly, slow and quickly, slow and quickly, slow and quickly. So a slow component opposite and a quick component on the side very quickly. This is called the nystagmus. Okay. Nystagmus. This nystagmus is also seen in pathologies or the problems of the ear. Okay. Or with the cerebellum or with some diseases with the equilibrium system basically. But physiological nystagmus is seen in the vestibulo-ocular reflex. Okay? So the eyes are moving in one direction. If you are turning on this side, right side, then the eyes are towards the left side. The movement is like this. Okay? These are the connections that why the eyes are moving in a coordinate fashion. One side of muscles is inhibited and one side is excited. See this diagram yourself. I would like you to understand the diagram. I can explain it to you, but I'd like you to go into the diagram and see how excitation and inhibition is happening in two eyes. You will see it yourself. I'm not doing it. These are the main connections between the cerebellum and the vestibular nuclei. These are few neurological diagrams. This is about the final cortex, which is also helping you in the sense of equilibrium, understanding the equilibrium, the sensory cortex or the parietal cortex, which is given. Okay, this is the nystagmus. Look, when you are turning, the head rotation is in this direction, head is rotating in this direction. Okay, the eyes are in the opposite direction. The head is going in this direction, the eyes are initially in this direction, and then they come, and then they come, and then they come in this position. This is jumping of the eyes, jerky movements. This is the nystagmus. Okay. We talked about the functions of the vestibular apparatus, semicircular canals, and the utricle and saccule. Two words for the semicircular canal. I'd like again you to describe the two words: dynamic equilibrium, angular or rotational acceleration. Okay, and we all demonstrated and understood about different positions of the semicircular canals. Just two words for the utricle and saccule: linear acceleration and static equilibrium. All right. Difference between the utricle and saccular movements: utricle, horizontal plane, linear movements on horizontal plane. Okay. Utricle, vertical plane in this position. Okay. And one more thing, in lying down position, the activity of the saccule we talked about. What is the role of saccule in the lying down position in maintaining the equilibrium? Okay, and that was it. This was an idea about the vestibular apparatus. I only gave you a touch, but I hope you have understood the basic movements of our body regarding the semicircular canal control and about the utricle and saccule. And I hope you will be able to generate a discussion between yourself, and you will come with some difficulties also, and I'll be able to answer those, inshallah. I'll try, but read it and have a discussion. Yes, my dear.
I'm bending my head forward.
Yeah.
Stimulating the both anterior semicircular.
Yes, both actually, partially.
What about the posterior canal?
When? Yeah, both are partially inhibited in that case. Okay, you have to have a contrast between the two. When you are stimulating the two anterior superior, at that time your posterior canals, both of them are partially inhibited. Okay, you will not take one, you will take both actually, because you are in the central movement like this. You are not doing this way or you are not doing this way. When you are doing this way, then you are talking about this canal and this inhibition. When you are doing this way particularly towards this left side, then you are talking about this canal. If you are pulling something from here or taking something from here, then which canal is active from this case? Posterior. And which is inhibited? This one. When you are getting something from here, like this, it means this one is active and this one is inhibited. But, yes, any other thing? Is that clear? Yeah, Abdul Rahim answer.
Jumping.
Yeah.
Someone jumps.
Yes.
What is the wrong?
Jumping. If I am jumping like this is my jumping movement. Okay? So you guess what is happening? It's basically your saccule. When you are going up,
Yes.
you are stimulating the upper part of the saccule when you come down. Or if you are jumping down, for example, I am standing there and it's considerable depth there. I'm going down there. So it is saccule. Yes. When you are spinning, this way, when you are spinning in this fashion, now you see what is happening. Left way circle. Now I'm moving this way. Now what? Right. Okay. You are making a turn. When you are doing this fashion, clockwise fashion, it is the right one which is getting, and the left one is complementary to that. When you are doing this way, yeah. Then because the endolith is not stopping for some time because of that movement, you have a false feeling of rotation, that you are still rotating. That is because your endolith has not stopped. It takes some time. Once your scapula is settled, then you feel that I'm alright. Sometimes when you are doing this way and you have sense, and then you go anti or the counterclockwise, then it is controlled, because now you are bringing your endolith in the opposite direction to control that abnormal movement. Okay? So this is a false feeling that you are still rotating, but you are not actually. It is because of the internal adjustment time needed for the endolith to stop completely and your fibula and your crista to come at a normal state. If it remains like that, maintain the shape for some time, then still stimulation is going